first one on Spike because I really love that era. But I'm totally getting that same vibe right now from AEW. So. Let's just do a wrestling show today, Sean. Let's review WrestleMania 10.
Maybe on a... You're not supposed to hear me right now. The fuck are each and every one of you? Not just some of you, every one of you. It is Tuesday, March the 30th, 2021. The show hadn't even begun, and people are already whining and bitching about when they will receive Halloween Kills news. Yes, that does come across, I don't think that's a word, across as whiny and bitchy. But that's okay, because guess what? More often than not, I can be whiny and, in fact, bitchy. How's it going, everybody? This is Fandom Empire Live. We have just a crazy few weeks ahead. Hopefully everyone's doing good. It's just been sort of a insane 48-hour period in fandom. And man, I need to actually look back at the show notes so I don't talk out of order here because usually I don't bother paying much attention to the show notes, but we have so much to talk about on this show. We're talking the Obi-Wan Kenobi miniseries. We're talking what we want to see in that Kenobi miniseries. The cast was announced. We're also going to talk about certain Star Wars or fandom sites giving out false information, knowing that it's false information, and that is true clickbait. So we're going to do that. We're going to talk about the Halloween Kills rumored trailer. We're going to talk about the marketing again, since apparently we have to reiterate ourselves. Halloween Ends filming date. Pretty sure I got this one nailed down, so I'm going to go out on a limb and let you know when that's starting. I'm going to tease a Halloween Ends video coming. Scream 5, Bad Batch trailer, Bad Batch premiere, and even though you can't see the other guys right now, I got to say, guys, that premiere news, I think Johnny said it made him wet in the pants. Or something along those lines.
I said hot.
One more time.
I said hot.
You're hot. You're hot in the pants. So you got sweaty balls is what you're saying.
No.
Oh.
No, what he's saying is he's wearing hot pants.
Hot pants?
Yeah, you guys
Also
probably can't
no.
see them from here, but he's wearing hot pants.
Wow.
Right now.
I'm not wearing hot pants.
It's more pants than what Kieran's wearing right now.
Look, if you're not wearing hot pants, you're going to have to prove it. Because people are going to take my word over yours.
Frank says people give false information. The fuck you say? People intentionally give false information. So we're going to talk about that. Look, everyone gets something wrong once in a while. We've gotten things wrong. You've gotten things wrong. Johnny might not admit it, but in fact, he has gotten a thing wrong from time to time. Without further ado, though, by the way, we're going to talk some Rick and Morty as well. Going to talk about the Spiral trailer, aka the Saw spinoff. And it's a crazy busy show. But without further ado, the people that you are really here to see. First up, from just outside Baltimore, Maryland, number 2 at Fandom Empire. He's pimping. He looks like Steve Jobs, or maybe he looks like skinny George Costanza. I can't figure it out. It's Tommy B. What's happening, man?
Been a busy day, busy week so far, but I am doing, and I hear an echo.
Yeah, you probably do have an echo. 1 second. No, you should not have an echo, sir.
Interesting.
Might just be on your end. Any of you guys hear an echo? I don't hear an echo. There's no
it has
echo.
gone away. So
all right. It was you.
that's good.
I want you. That one might have echoed just because it's too loud. So what's going on, man?
Keeping busy, hanging in there, doing the best I can. You know how it is. Looking forward to a shortened week this week. We get off starting Thursday. Wife has to work one more day.
Wow. I'm jealous.
Why when you get off?
Oh, well, I mean, first of all, this is not the show for me to divulge that kind of information, sir.
Oh, okay.
Are we really going right to that?
You got to watch what you say on this show.
Why not?
Tommy.
Why not? Sure.
Wow.
Let's go. I'm ready to go.
Well, I bet you are, but I'm engaged and you're married, and that's not going to happen. Matt Whitfield's wearing no pants, and we all know how Frank can get from time to time, and, Kieran's Kieran.
Now? Yeah, if I was going to leave, it'd probably be to do something worse.
There's two of me. No, there's only one of me.
Except on the screen where there's 2 of you.
There is 2 of me.
He's such a narcissist.
Sometimes. No, the truth is we don't have a really good second camera running right now, which is a little frustrating. But we're gonna get that issue fixed in time. Only so many dollars and cents to go around.
We could always just not have a camera on Johnny since he's on his phone right now.
What is he? Oh, he's reading the chat. He's reading the chat at least. I thought that maybe he was watching Pornhub, but apparently that's not happening. Have you seen the Fandom Empire Pornhub? It's some good shit. As Vince McMahon would say, it's such good shit.
No.
No, you haven't? Oh, all right. Well, then, for those of you that are new to the channel, this is Fandom Empire. This is not a channel for kids, even though my 13-year-old insists on watching this, even though I tell him not to. So, yeah, Zach, if you're watching this, go to bed.
Watch the replay tomorrow.
When nobody's watching. Anyways, the way this is going to work is we're going to talk about all that stuff we were talking about: Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, marketing, Scream, Spiral, Star Wars, more Star Wars, fandom shit, and all that much more. But if you want to have your say at any point during this, click the super chat button. Your question will highlight, or your comment will highlight. It also goes a long way to supporting the channel and allowing us to do more shows like Kieran's Rick and Morty show, like Johnny's OnlyFans channel he's got going on. Oh, wait, sorry, no, that was supposed to be for Patreon fans only. No, seriously, send in a super chat and we'll read what you're saying on air. But we do get to the normal chat as well, because we understand that not everybody can financially back the channel, and that's okay. Without further ado, let's get to the other two. Kieran, fresh off of Rick and Morty fan show, season 5's been announced. June might feel like it's far away, but for the Halloween fans that have been waiting way too long now, and most of them that think they're entitled to see it right now, how do you feel about waiting until June to see Rick and Morty?
I'm excited. I just wanted to hear a date, honestly. If the date was October, I still would have been like, okay, well, at least I know it's October. But I'd been saying all along I thought it was going to be May and then maybe June. So this is kind of what I thought, because we just started getting out material. Like, we started getting shirts and things out there. And I bought a couple of cool lamps for my home studio. And, I was noticing things coming out, especially there was a Bluetooth speaker, actually, that looks kind of like the giant show me what you got head. Anyways, stuff's coming out, so I knew it was going to come. I had the feeling, so I wasn't too surprised. But the trailer that we got, I was like really surprised that we got that on the same day as the announcement, and it was fucking awesome. So I was psyched, so psyched that I got a little bit too energetic, and I did a lot of screaming today, and I lost my voice during the Rick and Morty show, which was, I don't know, it's a little bit, I don't know. I guess I was just very scratchy.
You can tell you're losing your voice.
Yeah, whatever.
It's going.
Fucking, it's going to be a fucking holiday for Johnny. I'm not even going to be able to, like, he's going to go on, and I'm going to be like, I should tell him to shut up. And I'm like, actually, no, I should preserve my voice.
Intel says he wants to see the Pornhub videos, Johnny. He's all over that. I'm assuming that's what he means by I agree on X video.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
How much is it going to cost him, man?
More than he's got.
I don't know about that. Anyway, also joining us this evening, he is a co-host of the co-owner, co-streamer, whatever you want to call it, of Bros Before Pros Gaming.
Wait, you're a co-something? Is there another person there?
There is, indeed.
Who else is doing that with you?
Magical fairy.
Oh, okay.
Are we going?
Is that from your OnlyFans?
I'm pretty sure you guys know I have an OnlyFans. I've never told you that.
I know everything.
Tommy knows all. Frank wants to know, scratching voice or hitting puberty? Probably a little bit of both. You know? Yeah, a little bit of both. Jade says, Kieran, you could always make a sign and hold it up in front of Johnny. So, Johnny, what's going on, man? What's happening? Pretty crazy 48 hours of news and fandom, don't you think?
I would absolutely agree with that. You know, it's been a very...
What is going on in here?
I can't help it with him beside me. It's just distracting some days.
Well, you can stay over here, Mr. Pornhub. So, or stay over there, not over here. Sorry.
There's no Pornhub in our chat. There's no Pornhub.
The chat would disagree. In fact, Matt Whitfield says Pornhub before bros. What? So then technically it's Pornhub before bros before pros.
Is that an Alabama website?
I don't know. I think you just insulted everybody in Alabama, though, which is probably not a good thing. Nothing yet on Halloween, guys. It's coming. I think you guys already probably have a good educated guess guess where it's going. But before we get to Halloween, we're gonna start with some Star Wars. That's right. We're gonna make our our Halloween fans wait just a little bit, because as much as Halloween has been going around the world, it's been front and center in a lot of social media stuff today. At the end of the day, Star Wars is kind of dominating the news right now. So we'll start with a little bit of Star Wars, and then we'll work our way to Halloween. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show, I still feel like it's weird that it's just called Obi-Wan Kenobi. It should have just been called High Ground. Has its cast, ladies and gentlemen. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show has its cast, and it's a pretty star-studded cast. And not that you can read anything into the cast, and especially with Star Wars nowadays, it's kind of it's kind of hard to how do I put this? Most Star Wars is very kid-friendly, and I really believe that that this series is setting up to be non-kid friendly. I'm sure it'll still be okay for kids to watch, but it does feel like they're going a more mature route with this series. $5 super chat in for Jay, saying, good luck, Jade. We briefly talked about what my fiance is going through, and I know she appreciates it. I appreciate it, so thank you, Jay. It means the world. Let's talk about the cast here, though, guys. First up, reprising their roles, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen get star billing. So anybody that thought Hayden Christensen was just going to be, oh, I'm in it for one scene and out, we've literally been saying on this channel, on other shows, Johnny, I think we've been talking about Hayden Christensen having a fairly sizable role in some way since 2015. Have we not?
In one form or another, yeah.
Is it nice to finally get it out there and confirm? I know you're not the biggest Hayden fan, but is it nice to actually have it confirmed that, hey, we weren't just full of shit for 6 years?
Well, we were definitely full of shit for 6 years, but that's beside the point. No, I mean, I don't know. I still don't know. Just because he's getting top billing doesn't mean much. It really doesn't. Until we get like an episode count of how many appearances he's going to be making, getting top billing doesn't really mean so. I mean, we've all seen movies where a character gets top billing, and
I'm not talking about what Rise of Skywalker did.
No, but I just mean in general, we've all seen somebody get top billing in something and then not be a part of it. I mean, we talk about Scream a lot on this channel. Drew Barrymore got top billing in that movie, and she was in what?
Well,
10
in
minutes?
fairness, she was supposed to be.
Yes, but by the time Final Cut came around, she wasn't. She was in the movie for 10 minutes.
Right, but I think we have enough proof laid out in front of us that Hayden Christensen's role is a lot bigger than that. We know we're seeing Darth Vader, and we know we're seeing Anakin Skywalker. Anakin more than likely being in the flashbacks that have been rumored for so many months. I'm sorry, Kieran is drawing a picture right now, and it's really distracting.
Look, we don't even need to have Johnny on the show anymore. We got this. There we go. We'll just replace him with this.
That's actually a pretty decent drawing.
Yeah. See, we'll replace him with that, and then we won't have to hear his Johnny answers for everything. Where he's like, "Well, you see, thing about that is 5 minutes of whatever," and then no.
Bryan Cranston, though, in
you want this picture
in Godzilla, I'm pretty sure is what Frank's referring to. Yeah, that's an example of it. But
no, that's clearly Kevin Smith.
You can. It does look like
My
Kevin
God,
Smith.
that does look like. Does Kevin Smith wear a Green Bay hat?
Probably not. No.
All right, Kevin Smith.
Where's your Maple Leafs hat? We can make the swap.
I think I wrote this on the back of an important piece of paper too. That's probably bad.
I was gonna say. John asks, how will they explain Vader and Obi-Wan meeting randomly when they hadn't in 20 years in A New Hope? Well, in fairness, there's multiple. There's not enough time in this show to dive into this, but we've been over it before, fellas, where in Return of the Jedi, Vader tells Luke, Obi-Wan once thought as you did in terms of turning him away from the dark side, yet we never ever seen that. Doesn't happen in Revenge of the Sith. So, and it's right smack dab in the middle, right? So they have it 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So them meeting for a fight, which we know is going to happen, Kathleen Kennedy, they're building it up that way. It's the rematch of the century. To me, they can get away with it and still have a 10-year gap between A New Hope. Johnny, how about you?
I mean, it's all in the story that gets us there.
For sure.
Like that's the most important thing for me. Like, just throwing them out there and being like, yeah, rematch of the century, and having them fight for no reason means nothing. You got to build to it. You know, it has to make sense. There has to be a great story to it. I mean, you know, you talk about rematch of the century, and I think Rocky 2. You know, and that's the whole point. The whole first 3/4 of that movie was building to that fight. You know, getting you back to it. You know, getting Apollo to accept the fight, getting the fight to happen, getting ready for the fight, training for the fight, and having the fight. You know, they spent an entire movie building to that, and that's really good. Whereas there's other examples of rematches that have just been, okay, let's just put two people together and that's it.
I just mean, so are you okay with the fact that obviously Star Wars has contradicted itself so many times, even when it was just Lucas doing it? Are you okay with them fighting, with there still being 10 years after this fight for them to
I mean,
not
the fact
see one
is,
another?
it's completely uncharted ground. You know, we don't know anything that's happened in that time period. You know, we get allusions to things that might have possibly happened.
Yep.
And there's lots of things that have been said by, you know, not just Vader, but other characters, you know, that allude to things that happened in the interim between 3 and 4 that, you know, we've never actually seen fleshed out in any form that, you know, are entirely plausible to have happen. So I'm not against the theory. I'm not against it actually happening as long as it makes sense. You know, if you just have them kind of randomly stumble into each other on planet X, then that's ridiculous. That's stupid. But if you build to it and it makes sense and the story makes sense to get there, then I got no problem with it. But that's, you know, until we see the story, I don't know if I'm for it or against it.
You're not going to be happy if they meet up at an intergalactic gas station. They're like, hey, you motherfucker, this happened. You did this to me.
Yeah, that would not be good.
I really believe that when you look at the cast, and we're going to get to the rest of it here in a second, but when you look at the cast, clearly the story is at least going to start on Tatooine, which makes sense. I think that people are probably going to jump the gun, and you're probably going to see the first 3 or 4 episodes just on Tatooine and him dealing with stuff there. They've already hinted at he's going through PTSD, and it's, you know, not been a cakewalk for him. However, you're going to have something that takes him off planet. We already know from concept art that there are other planets in the Kenobi show. The question is, what takes him off planet? The only thing that makes a whole lot of sense is that he's obsessed. He finds out about him because at this point in canon, he doesn't know that he's alive. So we still need to see that happen, which would be a, you know, that's probably going to trigger more PTSD, I would think. But anyways, let's get to the rest of this cast. Eddie Guerrero wants to know, when should I come back for the Halloween news? We're going to talk Halloween right after Star Wars, man. So my advice would be to stick around or you might miss it, or watch tomorrow when you'll be able to find it. But it's the second thing on the docket tonight. So you have Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, obviously as Obi-Wan and Anakin. You have Moses Ingram, Joel Edgerton. Everybody for years has predicted that he would return as Owen Lars. But I don't know, some people were skeptical because obviously his stardom has, you know, grown so much since his little tiny role in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. But he's back, as is Bonnie Peace. Peace. I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name. She played Beru Lars. You have Johnny. I'm pretty sure you've seen Franklin and Bash, right?
I've seen some of it.
So you have Camille Nanjiani. Is that how you say it? Nanjiani. He's in a movie with Batista. Nanjiani.
Camille Nanjiani?
Nanjiani. So
I've heard it said that way before, at least.
Sorry, butchering the last name pronunciation here, guys. But anything I've seen him in, he's been fucking hilarious.
Oh, man, that Stuber movie was fucking...
I haven't seen that yet, but I heard it was good.
Oh, my God, it was fucking gold.
So, like, him being cast in this is kind of hopeful. I've already seen so many people being like, oh, he's adult Kitster. I'm just like, really? Are we going to do this like we did with The Force Awakens, where everyone's seen Max von Sydow, and they're like, he's Ghost Obi-Wan. It has to be. And,
Oh, man.
Or, oh my God, he's old man Boba Fett, clearly.
The Snoke theories.
Oh, theories are cool, but predicting somebody's going to play a character just because of their skin color,
It's a little sketch. Don't do that.
Especially in Star Wars. Where
Good
they
way
could
to get
fucking
yourself
end up being
canceled
blue.
nowadays. So,
They could end up being blue or green.
Indira Varma, Game of Thrones, was fantastic. Rupert Friend, what is he from? Because he looks super familiar. I feel like he might be from Kingsman. Is he from Kingsman? I don't know. O'Shea Jackson Jr., which I found out from Jade, unless she's wrong. If she's wrong about this, then blame Jade. But apparently O'Shea Jackson Jr. is it Ice-T's son? Is that right? Anybody? Can anybody confirm that? Anybody in the chat know if O'Shea Jackson Jr.
I mean, that sounds.
is
I know his son
Ice-T's
has a
son?
name like that. I don't know it offhand, but Rupert Friend was in Homeland.
Homeland, yes, that's it.
Okay.
We got Sung Kang. You might know him from Fast and the Furious, or you might also know him from this little saying, "Justice for Han." Not Solo either. And then you have Simone Kessel and Benny Ice Cube son, and Benny Safety. Is that what it says? Safety. And then, like, I already hear people go, "How could they not involve Qui-Gon Jinn in this? It's terrible." How?
No, that's let me do that voice because that's me. How could they not involve Qui-Gon Jinn? What a piece of shit company Disney is. That's how I actually feel like that.
Preach it.
They would never. Oh man,
What the
people
fuck?
in
What were they
fandom
fucking
like
thinking?
you think they're gonna announce all the surprises? Like, oh, by the way, Qui-Gon's gonna pop up, and here's
No
Liam Neeson.
surprises at all.
You got
In
Hayden.
fact, just release it today. Who cares if it has
I
been filmed? We're gonna complain.
guarantee you might not see Qui-Gon, but you're definitely at the very least gonna hear Qui-Gon.
I think so,
I'd say
yeah.
it's a solid 80%.
Yeah.
You know.
See, the problem is you can't really see him because in the canon novel, from a certain point of view, Qui-Gon doesn't ever fully materialize to Obi-Wan till during A New Hope. He sort of partially is able to pull himself together before that, but he never fully sees Qui-Gon until A New Hope, which is pretty remarkable because obviously that's, a day or two or even the day of Obi-Wan's death. So... and Qui-Gon actually references that too when he was basically monologuing to the readers. So, don't read into no Qui-Gon or no Liam Neeson in the announcement. It's bound to happen. Just like I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jimmy Smits reprise his role as Bail Organa in this. And that's kind of one of the reasons I could see Obi-Wan getting pulled off the planet. If it has something to do with Leia, maybe she's gotten in over her head somewhere. Who knows? And if you're seeing Owen and Beru, probably means you're seeing young Luke Skywalker somewhere. He'd be 9 or 10 years old at this point. You could cast anybody. Good God, don't do 9 or 10-year-old CG Mark Hamill. We don't need it. Come on. That would be something they do,
get
though,
Mark
right?
Hamill to voice it.
Unbelievable.
Just pretend you're your 9-year-old self.
Tommy, over to you, man. What do you think of this cast?
Well, as you know, I am not someone who's very up and up about who's who. But from what I do understand, what I looked into briefly, and from the hype I'm hearing from everyone else, the confidence, I have to admit I'm quite pleased. It's just one more box checked off the list that will potentially make this series another powerful installment. Live action Star Wars, in my opinion, hasn't. Let me rephrase that. Non-cinematic live action Star Wars hasn't necessarily done us bad thus far. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's just more to look forward to.
I want to read what Frank says here because it's a very valid point. He says, I don't expect this series to last long with theatrical A-listers. If Ewan wasn't going through a big divorce with his wife, getting partial royalties, we may not have had this. Well, I mean, we do know for a fact that Ewan, for the longest time, wanted to not only star, but he wanted to direct it too. And they weren't comfortable with that because he doesn't have a whole lot of experience in the director's chair. One film, I believe, to this point. Maybe two by now. So obviously, if you're starring and directing, you're getting a huge payday. So while he doesn't get to direct, he is one of the executive producers on the film and did have a say in which way the story went. So valid points by Frank. Johnny, I want to go over to you here, and then we'll end with Kieran before we move on. Not so much what you think of the cast. I mean, you can add that in there too, but we haven't gotten a Star Wars casting announcement like this since probably like the way that StarWars.com laid it out. The Force Awakens and Rogue One would have been the last two movies that had big rollouts like this. So it does feel like they're handling this way differently than even The Mandalorian or the animated series. How do you feel about how they laid it out, and what do you think about the cast?
I mean, I think they're just kind of rolling it out this way because this is all they have right now. You know, there's no big movies on the horizon for a couple of years. You know, there's still lots of time to roll out things that, you know, now that they know this format works. Yeah, The Mandalorian was a proving ground. It was a dip their toe in the water type thing. So they didn't roll it out like this because there was still room for failure. You know, they didn't know how big a success it was going to be. They didn't know that, you know, Grogu was going to become the next Star Wars character to, you know, enter the pop lexicon. You know, they didn't expect any of those things. You know, and they weren't prepared for it. And they proved that with the merchandise rollout. You know, the merchandise was so far behind the rise in popularity of that show that they missed out on a ridiculous amount of cash because they weren't prepared for how big it was going to be.
Everybody wanted to fucking Grogu.
Exactly.
It was like a Tickle Me Elmo like reading.
Oh man, Tickle Me Elmo.
So it pretty much boils down to, I think they don't want to make the same mistake twice. You know, so here we are with something that does have, you know, anchors that are cinematic stars. You know, you've got Hayden and you've got Ewan, and that right there is enough. You know, add in Kumail, who is, you know, a rising star, and Joel Edgerton, who, you know, has grown to ridiculous proportions since he started off as, you know, and also ran. You know, he's kind of like Keira Knightley in that regard. You know, he was an extra, you know, he was an also ran, and then he became something much larger than that. So, you know, having this A-list cast, you kind of have to roll it out this way because you have A-list stars. You know, you can't just roll it out and, you know, like they did The Mandalorian, where it was, you know, you got one or two and that was it. But this cast is so much larger, so much more grandiose that you have to do it this way. And they have to be more prepared for success. I don't think there's going to be, you know, a Grogu in this series because you cannot strike gold that many times.
You don't need him either, though. Like,
No, but I'm saying, like, I don't think there's going to be a character that resonates like that.
all of a sudden, like, Obi-Wan somehow, like, saves Grogu and they find a way to put him in. I hope not. I don't want to see Grogu anywhere near this show.
No, I really don't. Not even a little bit. But, you know, it just...
You don't want to see the little guy escape the massacre.
Sure, do that as its own thing. But not in this. Because, I mean, it's already... You know, we're what, 10 years? That's said 10 years after? So, you know, that happened over 10 years ago. And we're not telling that story now. So, I mean, there's no room for Grogu in this. There's not.
Yeah.
But, you know, the cast they've got, I think, is really talented. It is very strong, and it's a very story cast. You know, it's a cast that's built to tell a story. And that excites me. You know, you're going to have the elements of serious. You know, there's definitely a lot of serious people in that. But you've also got funny with Kumail. And that's an interesting edge that I wasn't quite expecting.
Unless they go off the board and he doesn't play someone funny.
No, I mean, I don't know if he's done serious. I can't say for certain whether he has or not. But I've never seen him in anything serious. That's not to say he can't do it. I mean,
I'm going to do what I just bitched at people doing. I'm going to go ahead and predict who he's going to play. Maybe not who, but what kind of character he's going to play. If Obi-Wan's going through PTSD and trying to be alone, he's going to be the annoying guy that Obi-Wan meets somewhere on Tatooine who won't leave him the fuck alone. And, like, we're going to see grumpy Obi-Wan. That's my bet.
That's not bad. I wouldn't mind that.
No idea who that is as a character, but like
That's not bad. Yeah.
because you're used to seeing Obi-Wan be well. Actually, if you remember, he called Anakin and Jar Jar pathetic life forms in Episode 1.
Yeah.
So he's probably in a far
they were.
worse
You
mood than that.
definitely
And they were pathetic.
You definitely see a harder edge with Obi-Wan if you look at certain things. Like, there's a meme going around this week, the scene from the Clone Wars where Anakin and Obi-Wan are with Hondo in the bar. Anakin's drinking the alcohol, and he just drinks a little bit, and he just goes haywire, like someone who's never drank it before. But Obi-Wan's just sitting there chugging it like it's water. So, I mean, there's an edge there that we've never seen with Obi-Wan. So I don't think everything's quite as peaches and cream as, George would have liked us to think. So there's definitely there's a hard edge to Obi-Wan, and it makes sense when you stop and think about his backstory and the things he's gone through and the things that have happened to him. And
I think at the end of the day, we're going to get a harder Obi-Wan. It has to be a harder Obi-Wan.
Absolutely.
You can't present him the same way that you presented him in the prequels.
Fucking hard.
Kieran, the cast is out. We know that sometimes you're lukewarm on predictions and stuff, but it seems like a good cast. What do you think about the rollout? What do you think about the cast?
I definitely think the rollout, even when they announce the cast like this, they announced it in such a way to make it kind of like they gave it prestige. Sometimes you just find out they leak the information and you just find out from other sites. But they said they have this nice picture out here. They're making it look like an ensemble, like a great cast. And I definitely think that they're pushing the show as like really what it is something we've been waiting forever to see. So I'm super excited about it, and I do think they are stepping their game up for this one. I agree they don't need a Grogu for this show because this is a show we already want. They don't have to sell us on it. They just said Kenobi, and we're like, fuck yeah! That people's just we've been wanting this for a long time. A lot of people. I know there's some people who might be on the fence about it, but they really don't have to do much. But they're going to make something really good, I think, and we're going to get it. It's going to be good. When it comes to the Anakin being fully in it, he's a piece of shit. So he can't act his way out of a paper bag. So
I think you're going to be proven wrong about that. I really do. I think
what I wasn't proven wrong about. So I went on a drive today, and when I went on a drive, I remembered something that was said on the show the other day. It was. Chinese Democracy is a good album. And
you're right, that is wrong. It's a great album.
I went and listened to it, and man, is that ever a shit album.
Oh my God.
It's terrible. And if you look at any of the top lists of GNR albums, I think there's 6 of them, it's 5 or 6 every time on everyone's list.
No.
You'll go just the first few lists, go look at 5 lists, the first 5 that come up. It'll be 5 or 6 on every list. What a terrible album.
Wow. Kindly go fuck yourself, sir.
All right. I got time.
Quickly here, guys. We got to keep this real quick because we do got to get moving on. We do have super chats that keep rolling in. That's great. I promise as you get your super chats in, we will get to them. We just got to finish up this topic, and then we'll get to the super chats. So keep them coming. Tommy, top 3 things you want from the Kenobi miniseries. I'm calling it a miniseries because I'm convinced it's one and done. But because it's 10 years before A New Hope, there's certainly more room to do something just on Tatooine with Obi-Wan 4 or 5 years later if this generates a lot of money and interest, obviously. And if Ewan gets another divorce.
I think it's going to be a one and done season.
Me too.
But from everything whatever. My top 3 things that I want to see.
Guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Yeah. The Vader Kenobi meeting, which we've basically already had guaranteed. And the next one thing I don't think we're going to see.
Hang on. I'm talking about the top 3 things you want to see.
Okay.
Not things you don't want to see.
And I'm saying that, but I doubt it's going to happen. Some character development, some character building for Owen Lars. I'm not saying he needs to be in every episode.
That's an expensive
seeing
cameo
something would
if
be
he's
nice.
Not, if
you
he's
know,
not front and center.
minimal, if any, young Luke.
If any.
I think we'll see some, but I don't want Luke to be a focal point.
Oh, Kenobi and Luke are having a conversation in this series.
A conversation is okay. I don't want Obi-Wan going off world to rescue Luke from the stormtroopers. So not that would happen, but something crazy like that.
I would like to see. I guess my three things would be Owen Lars has to get to a point where he's just fucking sick of Kenobi and does not want him around, because that's where it is in Phantom Menace. This seems like a fitting part or a fitting point to do that at. Number two, deliver on your marketing, you pieces of poop. If you're marketing rematch of the century, it better not be in, Obi-Wan had a dream and that's the rematch, because then you deserve all the backlash that you want when Kathy Kennedy gets up on stage and says, the rematch of the century is actually happening. We got to see it happen, and it should also not feel anything like the previous two fights we've seen from them. Is what I love the Revenge of the Sith fight, but it shouldn't be anything like that. And number three for me would be mature storytelling. Definitely. I'm not asking for Game of Thrones and Obi-Wan walks into a Tatooine gangbang or something like that. But
yeah.
What the fuck? Did you take ecstasy tonight?
Me?
Totally.
Jesus Christ.
But no, more mature content. And I think when you look at the cast and the direction they're going with the show, we could get it. Johnny, what's your three, man?
I
don't have the gangbang on there. It's not happening.
After year three, I don't even know if I can my brain won't function right now. Okay. The three things I want in the Obi-Wan series. I want a darker Obi-Wan. This is a guy who's gone through hell.
Yep.
I want that beer swilling Obi-Wan that, has been implied in other locations. Yep. So I want new characters that are interesting.
I think you're going to get that.
With this cast, it seems like that's a pretty likely choice, but I don't want rehashes of other characters. I don't want, characters to feel like other people in the universe that we already have. We already have them. We don't need people to pretend they're them. And a third one is tough because, I don't just want to repeat things you've said or things Tommy said, because that's just too easy. So, I can't pick actually the rematch of the century being good, because that's too obvious. But I want a reason. I want whatever reason gets Obi-Wan off planet to be good.
I thought for sure he was going to say, I want whatever he has. But
no, I want a real reason for him to leave, because it's been 10 years since he's left the planet, presumably.
So if he leaves for death sticks, you're not going to be happy.
I mean, I'm sure he can find death sticks on Tatooine.
And then he sees Anakin at the gas station when he's going to get death sticks.
I'm sure he can find death sticks on Tatooine, okay?
Wow.
They have a lot of death stuff.
So you don't have a third then, really?
No, I'm saying I want whatever reason he leaves the planet to be believable and good. I don't just want to, Leia's in trouble, you have to go save her.
No, I understand that. Kieran, how about you, man? What's your three?
Well, the most important one to me is Qui-Gon, but not just Qui-Gon showing up. I would like Qui-Gon to not have a giant part. I don't want him to have a huge part in it. I would like him to have a small part that is important to the story. I don't want it to just be like, hey, we're meeting up on Sunday like we always do, buddy. Let's have some ghost tea. I would like it to be something important that helps him. Maybe even he shows up near the start and lets him know what's about to come, or maybe he lets him know a detail of what he needs to do to defeat Anakin. But it just has to be something that's important to the story and not just here. Don't just throw him in because people will like it. Make sure it's something important. My second point was going to be the same with Luke. I don't want to see. I mean, the way I get Luke knowing about Obi-Wan or Old Ben is not that he has any sort of a relationship with him. It's that he knows he exists and he's around there. Like, you know, like he's like fucking, you know, when you're walking to school when you're young and you're like, oh, fucking Mr. X lives there. He's got a fucking huge dog that I hear eats kids. Like, it's, you know, like that kind of thing where you've created something out of like just
you
knowing
watched
that
a
he's
lot
there.
of Sandlot lately.
Is it Sandlot? Yeah.
Sandlot.
Well, I mean,
this-
that's part of Sandlot. You know, the dog that eats
The
people.
dog, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mr. X though, right?
No, that's Resident Evil.
It was that. Okay, well, was that Resident Evil?
Yes.
Is that the guy in the trench coat, Mr. X?
Yes.
Okay.
With the hat. Yes.
Either way, I'm saying like I wouldn't like them to have like a really good relationship or anything. Like he knows like, oh hey, my fucking Uncle Ben's coming over to babysit me on the weekend because fucking Namperu and Lars are going to the gangbang that Sean brought up. Like I don't want that. I would like pretty much what Tommy said, a short amount of Luke. And my third important point is that no fucking Darth Maul. Darth Maul shows up on that fucking screen. I'm
Old
just gonna
wounds.
be like,
Old wounds.
why do they
the
have to throw him
prequel.
in everything? Why does he have to be?
The last episode, like the last thing we see, just fast forwards to that battle, but
He's
it's live
probably
action.
gonna fucking save the Bad Batch too. Like he'll probably fucking save them from something at some point, and he won't even be a spider this time. He'll be a fucking octopus or something like that.
All right. Well, there you have it. That's what we want from Kenobi. Thank you for enduring that. I'm going to go on a mini rant here. It's not going to be long because we're already kind of tight on time. We got lots of other shit to get to.
Are you going to get to the super chats?
I'm going to. They're next. Anyways, look, there's nothing that pisses me off more when a site or a channel that knows better puts out false information knowing it's false, hoping for clicks. So we're about to talk about this rumored Halloween Kills trailer, and you'll notice beside trailer coming, there's an exclamation mark and a question mark, or exclamation point and a question mark. Anyways, site called Culture Slate went out there. They got a lot of guys in the know-how too, which is unfortunate that they go to this, but they lately, the last year, they've had a thing of let's talk down to other podcasters, YouTubers, whatever, that don't have the following that we have. And then they willingly put out there today that Kenobi debuts early 2022. Let me tell you right now, Kenobi is not debuting early 2022. Cross your fingers and hope that we get it by holiday 2022. Hopefully it happens then. As far as we know, it goes Bad Batch, The Book of Boba Fett, and The Mandalorian Season 3. That is what's up next. So
Is Andor in there somewhere? We're getting that sooner,
there's
right?
a belief that Andor is not going to come till after Kenobi, because Andor is like 12 one-hour episodes. So they claim it's an hour. Episode 1, 32 minutes. Just like they're claiming Kenobi, and I literally just heard one of them talking about it yesterday, or read about it, that they're claiming Kenobi is a 6-hour series event. Maybe it will be, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bunch of 30 and 40-minute episodes.
6 hours, so 12 30-minute episodes?
I'd be down for that, but apparently it's only 6 episodes. So, anyways, don't put out false information if you already know it's false. It's okay to make a prediction and be wrong about it, but if you know something is not what it is and you still put it out there, that's low. They're the places you probably want to avoid, but you can watch whoever you want. I'll be staying away from those set places. Oh, what happened to Tommy? Tommy's gone. Tommy's back. What the hell happened there? All right.
My camera's doing this weird thing where it shuts off, so I have to restart it.
It's the glasses. No, I'm kidding.
No, I caught it the other day. I don't
It
know.
did it the other day? Because I did not catch it the other day.
Not on cam here.
Oh. I was also high the other day, though, so.
Yeah, you were. You made sure we knew.
Eddie Guerrero sends in a $5 super chat. Keep up the good work, guys. Sending positive vibes from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Well, we're from just outside Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 3 of our 4 some anyway. And it's appreciated, man. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Obviously, you're a Eddie fan, and long live Eddie.
Or it's just completely convenient, and that's actually his name.
Well, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? What makes me believe that you know who this is?
I have absolutely no idea who it is.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he doesn't know who it is. Maybe it's him. Who knows?
He wouldn't have given us $5.
He couldn't even bring us. He brought himself a drink. You know what, Kieran? You get that other water. Anyway, Matt Whitfield sends in a $25 super chat. He says, I have no doubt that Ewan could have directed multiple episodes with the right guidance from Filoni. I have no doubt about that either. First, it started off with Ewan trying to get the role. Then it went to, I think it was Stephen Daldry for a while that was rumored for Kenobi. And then it became Deborah Chow. And I mean, considering what she did with her 2 Mando episodes, I have no complaints. And Ewan's on as an executive producer, so he has some level of say. And, who knows? Maybe we'll get a surprise and he will have directed one of the episodes, but I highly doubt it. This is Deborah Chow's time to shine, in my opinion. Johnny, any thoughts on Matt's?
I mean, I don't. When you have a director, there shouldn't need to be someone directing the director. So if you need someone to direct the director, they probably shouldn't be directing in the first place, is my honest opinion. Now, I don't know if Ewan is capable of sitting in the director's chair of a project like this, because he's never done a project like this. Star Wars and comic book movies are kind of, on a plane of their own for a skill set. So I don't know if he has the skill set to do it, but, that's not to say first-time directors of comic book movies haven't knocked it out of the park. Just like, first-time, Star Wars directors have knocked it out of the park. Others haven't. For every...
I think it can be... sorry, just because we gotta keep rolling. I think it could be hit or miss, right?
Exactly.
But I think for Lucasfilm and Disney, this show can't be hit or miss.
Right.
Because of how heavily hyped it is. You have to hit the show.
Absolutely.
Because if you thought that there was a lot of hate with Star Wars after The Last Jedi or after Solo or just in and around that time, if they fuck up Kenobi, ouch, is all I'll say.
According to you, they fucked up a whole trilogy and we're still watching it.
Well, it's not just according to me, man. It's according to millions of people. That's the way the majority of the Star Wars fan base feels. No, I'm not saying 80% of it or anything, but it's kind of like your Chinese democracy point. I'm well aware that most Guns N' Roses fans prefer Guns N' Roses Chinese democracy, but most Star Wars fans are not fans of the new trilogy. There's a group of them that are, and that's great, and their numbers are high, but that's the problem. The problem is, if it was 90% people that hated it, it'd be simple. Okay, let's do something different. But because it's so down the middle, that's what makes it divisive, and has really no direction on where they were going to go for a while after that.
Honestly, I think
you yourself didn't like Rise of Skywalker. Shouldn't that movie
yeah.
have been a great follow-up for a movie that you loved?
I would have hoped it, but I don't know. I feel like Star Wars, I feel like Disney can take a giant shit in the fans' mouths, and they would still come back and be like, "Hey, what are you going to do next?"
Oh, for
well,
sure.
there is definitely a large portion of the fan base who would say that it was chocolate.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero also says that is his real name.
Tommy's mulling over quitting this show right now. He's like, what the fuck? Why do I do this? Why do I come here every Tuesday?
Tommy has heard us say a lot weirder shit than
pieces
that.
of shit talk about, like...
Hey,
what have I said?
Tommy was saying for months The Rise of Skywalker was going to be trash, and he was right in our opinion. Anyway,
yeah,
I think to this day I have only seen the movie from start to finish once.
I think I've seen it 4 or 5 times, and I'm in no rush to see it again.
I don't even own the movie.
Twice
I
for
bought every other movie, and honestly, that's just
I remember
error
you
on
said that. I remember you said that the date for it coming out came, and you were just like, you know what? I don't want to buy it.
It wasn't so much. It didn't happen. I think we were in the middle of the pandemic when it came out. Maybe not.
Early days.
So there were other things on my mind.
Yeah. All right. Frank Riker sends in a $5 super chat. He says, when will Disney jump the shark with Star Wars? Ewoks, R2D2/C3PO as Holmes and Watson. Stop this. We need a Jar Jar show to save us and to end it all. And Matt Whitfield chimes in with another $5 super chat. Will Jar Jar be in the hot tub, Frank? And Frank says, if it's any good, yes. So there you have it.
I can't tell if Frank's actually referring to the Ewok series and droids, or if he just stumbled on to describing those two series as Star Wars.
I doubt that Frank knows about those. I don't think he's a big Star Wars fan.
Eddie Guerrero says he's been a member of our Facebook page since day one. That's 2015, sir, when it used to be titled Star Wars Wasteland. So that's a long time ago.
Cool.
So I appreciate it. All right, let's move on. Halloween time. Who here is ready to talk some Halloween? No. All right, moving on. No Halloween.
Let's talk about Leprechaun.
Dude, it's March. Why are we talking about Halloween already?
Right. That was kind of my thought. So the internet went haywire this morning.
Wow, the internet can go haywire?
It just, I kid you not.
Did it break?
It did not break.
Break the internet. Oh, fuck. I hate when people say that. No, almost nothing breaks the internet, but now that they've come up with that term, everything breaks
Anything that goes viral breaks the internet, when in reality it just doesn't.
No.
So, look.
That picture of the dress that was either blue or gold broke the internet.
That broke the people
If
using the internet, not
could
the actual
break
internet.
the internet, I don't know. Any insert miscellaneous celebrity is going to break the internet.
I don't want to misquote myself here, so I'm going to sort of apologize here during this too. That's right. I'm actually issuing an apology.
You're going to have an apology?
I'm going to have a live apology. Just because I feel like I was a bit of a dick to the guy.
Let's record this.
So first I got a guy who messages me last night who really doesn't pay attention to the channel. He's like, have you heard that we're getting a Halloween Kills trailer on Friday? And I don't follow him, and like it didn't even come up in my normal messages. So it was just like, I don't know. It was kind of like, for people that I don't recognize as like, oh, I've seen him on the YouTube channel or whatever, or if I think it's one of the trolls trying shit, I typically don't respond anymore. It's just, we get too many requests, and it's like, no. So that was the first one. Like, whatever, I'm going back to bed. I get up, I go to work this morning, I come home, and there's our boy Solid Saturn, who sends me this. Where is it here? There's a rumor I've been hearing that Australia will be seeing a Halloween Kills trailer Friday. This, in my opinion, is bullshit. And, okay, keep in mind, I'm really fucking tired, okay? I've already been up since 5-something. It's, I'm cranky, I'm grumpy. So my reply to him is, and you know the old saying, if you say at the beginning, with all due respect, you can follow that up with whatever you want, right? So I did the with all due respect, where do you get this garbage from? So that was my stance from literally.
You said that to Solid Saturn?
I said that to our boy Solid.
That is literally such a Sean thing to say. With
really
all
is.
due
Oh
respect,
my
where
God.
do you get this shit from?
He says that
I said
all the
garbage.
time.
I didn't say shit. I said garbage.
Shit!
I give him my show notes, and he's like, where'd you get this fucking shit from? Do it again.
Solid Saturn has been with us long enough to know that when you say, where did you get this garbage from, you actually meant, where did you get this shit from?
So I at the time it was just, and Solid comes to me about a lot, and sometimes I have time to reply, and sometimes I don't. It's the perks of being busy. Anyways, he says, or I said, no, they're not. Because to my knowledge, nothing was happening. We literally were on air last week saying, don't expect anything till May, June, hell, maybe even July or August. So immediately I'm like, no, this is why it won't happen. One, this is my reply to him. I'm continuing. This is me being a dick after being up for 5 hours and it's only 10 a.m. Again, Solid. We love your support of the channel, and this is my poor attempt at an apology. I say, one, it's fucking March. Did you not watch the show last week? Two, you don't release a trailer just in Australia and not expect it to release all around the world. So, yeah. Solid, my boy. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But then I really felt stupid because I reached out to one of our sources and I didn't hear back for an entire hour, so I assumed it was nothing. And this person said, sounds like could be some truth to Friday. I reached out to so-and-so for you. I'll let you know what he says. Hope Jade's well. And it just goes on. And it's like, oh, my God, I just sat there and told Solid there's no chance this is true. And an hour later, they're telling me it might be true. And this, we've always put our 3 sources in the category. This would be the third of the sources that we don't use too often. When I asked our main person about it, they literally sent me a voice message laughing. I'm just like, question mark. And they're like, are you really buying that? And then moments later after that, first of all, I was never buying it, hence my reply to Solid this morning. But then moments after that, friend of the show, who I don't know if he wants to be named, I'll just say people in here know him. And I know there's people out there saying that, well, Dave McCrae said today that it's false. And, because he reached out to his sources. Well, I'm pretty sure Dave's source is the same person that reached out to me. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain that it is. I have not talked to Dave about this today. We have Dave and Bruce tentatively scheduled to appear on the show next Thursday, by the way. April 8th, I think, is next Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. But anyways, he says that he reached out to a source of his at Universal, and basically that guy did the same thing as our source did and laughed at him and said, no, there's no immediate plans. And then I reached out to another one in which he got a lot more deliberate. Sorry, before we move on to that point, I almost said his name. So this guy says, if you, first of all, there are no red band trailers in Australia. That's a U.S. thing only. It's not a, an Australia thing. So automatically it's bullshit. And then he pointed out some details where the font is close, but not exact to what they've used. And anyways, he was able to point out the combination of the both of them that is indeed fake. So there's your big stuff is there's no trailer coming Friday, just like we said last week. And this is probably the same people that released the fake end credits that had most, if not all, the names accurate. But they looked like official credits. And what they probably did is they're a really good editor, and they went in and edited it and then recorded it on their own TV. Because even if you look at the angle of where the picture's taken from, I don't know if you ever had a chance to see it.
I actually
anywhere.
did.
And it's very close. It's like, oh, so either you picked really shitty seats.
I was going to say, it looked like where we sat to watch Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right? It's like you either picked some really fucking shitty seats or you're just, doing this in your own home theater and don't want people to know, so you're intentionally taking it from that angle. I believe that this picture came from the same person that did the fake end credits. So, could there be a trailer on Friday? Sure, maybe. Are we predicting there will be a trailer on Friday? No. No.
You went a long time on that.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, because everything you said was valid. There's nothing wrong with that.
I was waiting for the part where he's going to stop being a dick.
For me, I did see the picture when somebody posted it in the group.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
Somebody posted it in one of the Fandom Empire groups this afternoon. I don't know. I don't remember which group it was, but it was one of the Fandom Empire associated groups. So I saw it there, and I looked at it, and I thought, well, that's cool. And then I actually read it, and I'm like, well, that makes no fucking sense.
The release date is wrong?
Not even that, but the simple fact of Red Band trailer Friday. That's great. But are you going to change that trailer next Monday? When you're showing the same film over again in those same cuts? Are you still going to say Red Band trailer this Friday? No, you're going to put a date. Red Band trailer April 1st, April 2nd, I guess would be this Friday.
The other thing is, if you had a chance to see the actual video, it's the audio that's taken from the thing.
I never saw a video. I just saw the
Halloween 2019. It's the same audio from that. There's nothing new shown whatsoever. You'd see a couple of brand new, shots in a preview trailer, even if they're small. because even when Halloween 18 did their trailer, they had a little preview trailer, and they had obviously shots that weren't shown before in promotional photos or stills. So it's a solid attempt by them on fooling people, because they definitely had people
It worked,
fooled.
clearly.
And again, my apologies to the literally 30-plus people that messaged me during the day today to try to figure out if this was legit or not. It's not to our understanding. Could we be wrong? Sure. Hell, this is one of those things I'd love to be wrong
Wouldn't
about.
be the first time, won't be the last time.
But yeah, no. No Halloween Kills trailer Friday, to our knowledge. And this is the best part, is I had hang on, Frank's getting upset. Here we go. He says, "Why the fuck are we caring about this shit when the trailer does come out? People will sweat over it and want more and more until the movie comes out and still want more. Gluttonous bastards."
Thanks, Frank. You just described fandom in 32 words.
Yeah, that's all fandom, man.
Wait, did you count the words?
No.
I don't know if anybody remembers, but we did something probably a couple months ago now, where I legitimately said I would be okay with. Remind you, this is coming from someone who's read the whole script. I'd be okay with seeing nothing else till the movie comes out. Obviously, that's not how marketing works, and we're going to get more. You're probably going to get 2 more trailers and a bunch of TV spots. That's just the way these things work. But to me, they've already shown you so much in the brief little teasers you've got. Why the fuck do you need any more? Like, seriously, if you're someone who hasn't read the script, didn't you get enough in that little 38, 40-second teaser that we got on in and around Halloween of 2020? I know that had a whole heck of a lot in it. That was enough for me, but no, Frank's right. People just want more and more and more. And what kills me is it's one of the reasons why I liked Dave McRae's It's Me Billy trailers. It doesn't show too much. But nowadays in a trailer, it's like, you got to show 90% of the fucking movie. And Blumhouse is horrible for that. So there you have it. To our knowledge, no trailer this Friday. If it happens, great. I'll be glad to come on here. Actually, we're doing a Good Friday drive-along stream around 10 in the morning.
For the record, I was close when I said 32 words. It was 36. I counted them while he was on his last rant.
Frank says, people in the chat, am I wrong? Is there a series you're tired of hearing about? Well, I was tired about Star Wars, as I was saying a couple weeks ago, and then they dropped the Kenobi cast announcement, because it's the thing I've been waiting for how many years now? Too long. I mean, the Kenobi thing has been debated since like 2013, a year after Disney bought it. So, I bit the hand, man. I bit the hand that fed me. Anyways, we got. Oh, you would go there, you sick fuck. Anyway, I got this message today, and they're just like, you better not do a video just to tell us that the trailer's not coming. It's like...
Well, we didn't. It's part of a much larger video, but we still did.
Did we, though? Did we?
It's just like...
We could just go ahead and clip this right here and upload it as like a 5-minute video or so. As a big fuck you.
We're telling you it's not coming, so you know not to get just crazy expectations that are never going to be met. That's the point of it, because we care about our audience.
I know. You just want... I know. I get that. Like, I know...
We've reached
you
the point
make
where
a really
people
big
just wanna
deal
be
about
done.
trying to be on point and trying to be factual, and like even behind the scenes, the things you don't say, like Sean wants things to be on point, and like he doesn't want to just deliver what people want to hear. He's not like, oh man, I hear that this is coming up, why don't we speculate what the trailer's going to look like? He's like, let me look into this. No, it's not actually probably not coming out. Like, you want the real information. Otherwise, we're exactly what we were saying earlier. Like fuck those guys who just create articles and don't have a shred of truth in them.
Would you prefer we tell you, just put up like a big trailer coming with like 4 exclamation points and then talk about nothing for 5 minutes like a lot of other people?
I know
have
it's
done?
so minor, but if I believed it was coming, it would say Halloween Kills trailer coming, and that's it, or a bunch of exclamation points. It very clearly shows Halloween Kills coming with the exclamation point first and the question mark second, as in don't assume anything.
Well, it is still probably coming.
So,
just not.
I mean, yeah, it's going to come
coming.
eventually.
It's just not coming this week.
I just, guys and gals, I know you want the movie. You need the movie.
Well, I disagree with you in the fact that I want the trailer. I want a trailer.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I want something to hype me up for it.
You're not hyped yet?
Not enough.
Have you seen the other trailer?
Not enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
Or
I
teaser?
mean, it's fine. It's fine to be, but like, let's be real. If this really was a trailer, or if this was really a teaser that was out there in Australia, there'd be a lot more than one or two people talking about it.
Oh, sure. Jade's like, you expect people to read the title? I know, how terrible of me. But let's say something. No, I mean, it is what it is. It's just, when I got the one message from the one source, it gave me a little bit of hope, and it was dashed minutes later. And yeah, I could have gone out and posted today that, yeah, it's not legit. And to a few of the people that aren't here tonight that are, normal supporters of the channel, they reached out to me, and I told them, yeah, no, it's to my knowledge, it's not legit. But it's part of the show here tonight, guys. It's what we do. And Dean's had some good points here lately. Frank Recker says, I know people will look for the fake trailer, and when it doesn't come out, they'll cry about it. Stop this, stop this. Oh, again, Zach was in the chat earlier. I can never pronounce his last name, but and I love Zach, but he always thinks that whenever, and not just him, there's a bunch of people that feel this way, whenever we don't get something Halloween related, it's like they think they're owed it. And we talked about this last time. You're not owed shit. You're not entitled to it. It'll come out when it makes the most sense. It'll come out when, and Johnny and Kieran will get this point, when it's best for business. When it's best for business, that's when it'll come out. If it's best for business in July, I know people are like, oh my God, not July. It'll come out in July. Now, don't say that I'm saying it's coming out in July, even though that's possible. It'll come out when it's best for business. Matt Whitfield sends in a $5 super chat. Fandom Empire cares about people. We are not clickbait con artists like Zero. So I kind of have... I'm going to take issue with that statement. Maddie and I are on the same page about a lot of things, except for his choice of baseball and football teams. I don't
He's
think...
half right on those choices.
People who know and understand Mike Zero, first of all, I don't think he's a bad guy. And most people that hate on this guy hate him because he makes more money than they do, doing his satire bit where he acts like it's legit. Like, you don't tell... Like, of course the guy knows that Brie Larson is not playing 10 different Sith Lords in 12 different Star Wars movies. Okay, like,
Are you
not?
sure? Are you sure?
You all right?
I'd be okay with that. I'm hanging on your word. I want to see it. My back's hurting.
Oh, I was going to say, like, what's going on here, dude?
Oh, I just keep readjusting. I'm tired.
Spooky Guy says, I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't have much else going on in my life. I need some Halloween kills in my life. I understand that not everybody has the same schedule, has the same life, etc. However, like, you have great YouTube channels. You have our channel. You can hang out with us. We got so much coming up. Thursday, we have Drum Dums, Lee McCoy on. Next Thursday, I think it's Dave and Bruce on. The Thursday after that is Jimmy Champagne. We got a reschedule with Frank and Darren at the Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast. They have a season 3 coming out in a few weeks. You got Wolfman's got Nerds, Cody Leach, so many, I don't know where it is. There's so many, great content creators out there that you can fill your time up with. But to our knowledge, there is no Halloween Kills trailer Friday. Hopefully we're wrong. Let's shift focus here a bit, though, to Halloween Ends. Boys, Halloween Ends. Actually, hang on. Let's go around the table quickly here. Tommy, we haven't heard from you in a bit. What would you say to the people that are going to be disappointed on Friday?
I would say... I mean, I don't want to be a dick about it, but...
Be a dick about it.
But we want to hear you do it.
I thought you were going to be like, I guess they can go fuck themselves.
You kind of had it coming to you.
Come on, embrace the hate, Tommy.
Fine, just go fuck yourselves.
There it is.
Yes.
No, for real though. All right, not being unnecessarily being a dick.
Kieran, how about you, man?
It's March. It's March. Actually, I guess by that point it will be April. But it just does not seem like the right time.
No,
there's not enough circulation going around to make this a justifiable rumor. It's
what's going to happen. The trailer's going to drop Friday, and on Tuesday, or I guess,
and we'll just all go fuck ourselves.
We'll just be sitting here going,
"Whoops."
Well, I guess we got that one wrong. So
right now,
we can all do the Michael Scott teeth face.
What would you say, though, Kieran, to people that really badly want a trailer and got their hopes up over this?
I think I went over this a week or two ago. Guys, like, when you don't get your trailer for this, like, the important thing is to reset and just be excited about something else. Like, I see things that I'm like, man, I'm not going to be able to do this for 5 months. Like, find things in between. There's all sorts of shows. There's all sorts of movies. There's all sorts of things coming up. Like, look forward to the closest thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then you'll be pleasantly surprised when it gets here. Like, when you book a trip, you book a vacation, it's usually like, you book a vacation like 8 months before you actually do it. It's like, you can't just be sitting there waiting for your vacation for 8 months. You got to say, like, man, this movie I like's coming out then. This is coming out, like I have, I always like to work on projects and things like that too. Like if a fan expo's coming up, I make costumes, I do like things like that. And you just have to like find out ideas and just go to your calendar. What's the next cool thing that you're doing and look forward to that. Like, and then when the trailer comes, it'll be even cooler because you're not just going to be sitting here fucking on your seat waiting like for the trailer. Then when it comes, you're like, oh, okay. You see it and then you're like, oh, I wasn't that fucking good, and you're disappointed. Like, you might as well just like let it come, be like, oh my God, there is the trailer out for whatever it is, and then be excited then.
So, sticking with Halloween here quickly, guys. Halloween Ends. I know there's a bunch of places that were reporting Halloween Ends is going to begin filming in September, which made absolutely no sense to me, considering Halloween Kills is supposed to be out in October. And even if the pandemic is still going as strong as it is today, you still need to do press rounds, even if it's locally, and it's kind of hard to do that if you're shooting another movie around the clock. I never believed the September date, and to my knowledge, Halloween Ends will begin filming January of 2022. That's what I was told today. So be on the lookout for Halloween Ends to begin filming January 2022. I'm sure they'll put out a neat little post. It probably means the film can still come out in 2022 if there's no delays, because that's exactly how Halloween 18 was filmed. It was filmed earlier that year, and they still got it out in that year, so it's certainly possible. But again, look how long they've been sitting on Halloween Kills. They could film at the beginning of 2022 and not released till 2023. We'll have to wait and see. But Halloween Ends will not begin filming this year. That's the information we have on that front. Also, we've been teasing a pre-produced video for a while. There's a couple of Halloween Ends scripts that are floating out there. One might have some legitimacy to it. We believe it does, considering who told us about it. And then the other one I can tell you is completely and utterly fake. We're going to do a short little video on the fake one and give you a bunch of details that were in that. And
Can we act out the fake one?
So I'll give you guys this. This is what's in the fake Halloween Ends script. Is apparently it picks up 1 year later. And most of the film takes place. Johnny, tell me where you've seen this one. Or Johnny and Tommy, tell me where you've heard this before. Apparently the film takes place 1 year later. Most of the film takes place in a little town called Russellville, which is by Haddonfield. And that Michael Myers has been missing for a year after his obviously very active night in Halloween 18 and Halloween Kills. And he's been hiding out for an entire year in a coal mine shaft.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, so it's like an entire copycat movie of H5.
I was going to go more along the line.
Clearly he was trying to elicit a My Bloody Valentine reference.
Yeah, clearly someone really likes Halloween and really likes My Bloody Valentine, that they put in the effort to create a fake.
Johnny created this fake script?
They put in the effort to.
How did you know?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Create this fake script that looks like a real script, and you'll remember there's one we believe is real anyways, is 129 pages. This other one I think is 138 or 137. But anyways,
My Bloody Halloween.
We'll go over
starring
dude,
Jensen Ackles as Michael Myers.
We'll go over some of the details in a pre-produced video about this, just like we're going to go over some of the details in Taking Shape 2 in pre-produced videos. But if you see that script floating around, Russellville, Mineshaft, 1 year later, it's fake. It's not the real one. Don't read into it. It's just someone who has a bigger heart-on for My Bloody Valentine than I do. And I wasn't sure that was possible.
Apparently.
Frank Riker says, I know someone who read the script and still wasn't happy. Which script, Frank? Kills? Ends? Ends again? Ends for the third time?
We're getting 4 more movies?
Spooky is bringing back the Johnny is Ben Tramer rumor. Clearly legit.
You missed that one earlier. He said something earlier and then retracted it, but I saw it.
Oh. You as Ben Tramer, I could see it. Anyways, let's keep going, guys. Don't have much time left in the show. So if you have any other questions or comments to throw in there, guys, now's the time. You can always send in a super chat and support us on that level if you so wish. Bad Batch not only dropped a trailer today, but they're going to have a 70 fucking minute debut. So basically you get Bad Batch the movie followed by the TV series. Johnny, I loved your reaction earlier without going on a long tangent. Frank Record says kills because he wants to see on the screen. Of course, a script can be great, and it doesn't mean it translates on screen. I've been saying that for months. The Halloween Kill script is great, in my opinion. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Does that mean it's going to translate on screen? No fucking idea. I haven't seen the movie, but I hope it does. Johnny, Bad Batch. The announcement, 70 minutes. Trailer drops. What do you think of the trailer, and what do you think about basically getting a Bad Batch movie to begin that? I didn't see that rumored anywhere, by the way. All you Star Wars insiders out there didn't see this rumored once.
I mean, the trailer was the trailer. There was really nothing.
It was okay.
Yeah, there was really nothing earth-shattering about it. I mean, yes, it was nice knowing that Tarkin's going to play the villain in this series. That's cool. It was nice seeing the Geonosian, again, whose name I can never remember. But, you know, it didn't really break new ground or anything. You know, these are all characters we already know. You know, we saw there was no real new character other than this, you know, according to the subtitles, Omega is the name of the girl that they take on. You know, but, you know, they never said the name anywhere, so this is gleaned entirely from subtitles. Whether that's true or not, I have no clue because I haven't watched the subtitles. But, you know, it was a trailer. There's nothing new, nothing earth-shattering, nothing groundbreaking. You know, clone troopers are looking like stormtroopers now. So what? There's nothing, you know, I didn't learn anything. It didn't get me more hyped. It didn't get me more excited. Now, the 70-minute news drop, that got me hot, and not in a good way.
Oh.
No, I was not happy.
Why is that?
You can give me 70 minutes of Bad Batch, but you can only give me 40 minutes of The Mandalorian at its best?
Yeah, you got a point there, not to mention it takes longer to do 70 minutes of animation than it does live action.
Exactly. Like, I mean, is the budget higher to do live action? Probably. But, again, you make up for that in production time, and, you know, like, I think it's ridiculous that we're getting 70 minutes of The Bad Batch that we don't need. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't need a mini-movie to introduce me to the Bad Batch. You already spent 5 episodes of the Clone Wars introducing me to these characters. I already know them. I'm already invested in them. Or if I'm not invested in them, just rewatch that series to get invested in them. I don't need 70 minutes to kick this series off. It's a waste of my time. Like, a waste of my time is harsh. So I you know, it's not a waste of my time because I'm sure it'll be good, but it doesn't need to be 70 minutes. You know, all of the other episodes are going to be, 22, 23 minutes? You know, so why do I need 3 episodes to kick off the series? And after that, I'm going right back to 20? It's unnecessary.
I mean, I'm happy we're getting it, but you brought up a really really valid point. With the wow, you can do this for that, but like people now have the ability to, like, if Kenobi drops and they're not hour-long episodes, it's 37 minutes. People have reason to be pissed. Now, quality over quantity always, but eesh. Kieran, your reaction to the trailer and the 70-minute premiere?
I mean, I don't want to go so far as to, like, the same as Johnny said, where it did not get me too much more hyped. There was things in it I liked and things in it I didn't like, so I think that's why I end up pretty much at the same level of hype as I was before, which is it's a show I'll probably watch, and we'll see where it goes. I did like I thought seeing Tarkin show up was cool. He's always a great character. I understand the 70-minute part because I think that they have to completely redo these characters. Not redo them, but I've said before that the characters in the arc with the Bad Batch are really sort of like silly parody characters, and I think they need much more of a background, and I think this is where we'll get it. I'm cool with them opening up with the 70 minutes. What I didn't like is I honestly think that it's not taking on a darker tone at all. I mean, at the end, they say they're going to pick up this kid to take with them on adventures.
The first trailer they released felt like a darker tone. This one did not. Yeah,
they just, as soon as I saw, we're going to pick up a kid to take on adventures with us, I was like, oh, yeah, this is like 80s cartoon stuff again. Like, I love 80s cartoons, so I don't know why I'm bitching, but I do think it's just Clone Wars 3, so we'll get Clone Wars vibe. It'll be Clone Wars tone. The first, I do think that most of what we see in the trailer will probably be in that movie. I think that the Bad Batch will not just be fighting stormtroopers for a whole season. There will be wacky episodes. They'll fucking go meet some Jar Jar Binks character for 3 arcs and 3 episodes, and we'll be, those will be the ones that we don't want to rewatch, or that we, are like, kind of like, whatever happened there. And they'll throw in awesome characters like Fennec Shand and people we want to see. Like, it's going to be the same formula as Clone Wars or Rebels, which are shows I enjoy. But I imagine the tone and you could just expect for it to be a continuation of Clone Wars, in my opinion. And so it left me where I am with Clone Wars, which I know everybody else really loves Clone Wars, and I'm just kind of pick and choose which Clone Wars arcs I like and which ones I don't. So that's exactly how excited I am for it.
I don't have like high hopes for Bad Batch. I think Johnny and I and Tommy all said that they didn't really need their own series after when we were doing our Clone Wars Season 7 reviews. I'm more excited to see like the state of the galaxy and secondary characters in the series than I don't give a shit about the Bad Batch. You know what I hope happens? I hope Vader cuts every one of those fuckers down.
But I think that's why they need it. That's why the 70-minute thing comes in, because those characters were not that great. And I think they're going to reboot them. It's not reboot as in they didn't exist before, but reboot as in Wrecker's not going to be like, I can lift a whole ship. Like, and we won't, like, the leader's just not going to be fucking a Rambo ripoff. And like, the sniper's not just going to be a ticked off sniper all the characters were just kind of like some really lazy archetypes thrown out in parodies. And that's not going to work in a series. So they're going to use those. They're going to use that big 70-minute episode to give you completely new characters.
I'll say this to that point: if they spend this 70-minute movie redoing these characters and reintroducing them in sort of new fashions, then congratulations, you just wasted another third of the final season of Clone Wars, which leaves us with one arc that was good.
Yeah, that whole show's a waste, anyways.
Oh man! Wow. Tommy, your thoughts, man?
I think y'all are a bunch of haters. That trailer was the best thing ever. Oh, I'm so hyped for the Bad Batch. It's going to be better than Clone Wars. It's going to be better than OG Clone Wars.
Your sarcasm was way too strong.
It was okay.
I'm done. Go ahead.
You see this?
Yeah.
You see this?
It looks like you need to cut your fingernail from what I hold it up again. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Go fuck yourself.
Go ahead.
Nah. Trailer was okay. The kid dynamic's kind of interesting, but as y'all already pointed out, it's a much more lighthearted affair than what we thought we were going to get before. When we first got the Bad Batch announcement, I think it was the day after Clone Wars finished or the day after the Bad Batch arc finished. I forget. Didn't know what to think of it. It was the series none of us ever asked for. I still stand by that. It was the series none of us asked for. Last trailer, I was pretty hyped up. I'll admit I still have a little bit of residual hype from that, and it's nice to see from this trailer they're still going with like Clone Wars 2.0 or whatever. Whatever you want to say.
I don't know. I think we're all on the same page.
It's hard to say. I really hope we're surprised. I personally kind of like the idea of the mini movie. That's kind of how they started the Clone Wars, except longer.
Matt Whitfield
I saw
says
that
in
in
a
theaters actually.
$10 super chat says, "What the hell does Tommy have in that tea tonight?"
No tea. I drank all my tea already.
You drank all your tea. Oh,
before we got on air. Yep. Yeah, it's I'm here, I'm there, I'm left.
Tommy, can I cut you off for a second? Sorry, I've seen this come up multiple times in the chat. Now I got to address this. I've seen it today. I've seen it in the chat. Let me go and burst everybody's bubble again. The Kills trailer shit is fake. Someone was faking people out. That doesn't mean Universal's going to drop a fucking poster instead on Friday. You're not getting a poster on Friday. I love you guys, but fuck. You're getting nothing. It's Good Friday. Enjoy your 4-day weekend. Fuck. Sorry, Tommy, go ahead.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Let me think about it. Might be having a heart attack here. By the way, speaking of heart attacks, thoughts and prayers go out to it's Brian James, right? Brian James is his name? Brian James, who you... Pardon?
Armstrong.
Sorry, Brian Armstrong. Brian Armstrong. Is it Brian James Armstrong?
Yes.
Well,
Brian James Armstrong, a.k.a. the Road Dogg Jesse James from WWE. I believe he suffered a minor heart attack the other day, but is doing well right now.
Presumed to be. Nobody's confirmed it yet.
Oh, I thought his brother or something posted something today.
I think he's only got the one still alive, sadly.
So
I haven't seen anything from him.
So, anyways, Dean's like, who still thought the trailer was coming? No. Frank's like, we can still believe and clap our hands that we believe in fairies.
This is not the ending of Peter Pan, bro.
Oh my God. Look, I know everybody wants stuff, but one fake thing doesn't mean you're getting a real thing. That's not how it works. Anyways, Tommy.
If it was, there'd be so much better celebrity porn out there.
Finish up your Bad Batch thoughts, and then we're going to touch on Rick and Morty Season 5 and the Spiral trailer and get out of here.
I don't know if I want to see the characters totally remade. I will agree, the way they were presented in Bad Batch, they were made just for Bad Batch, that arc. They were rather static the way we got them. Yet there was a little bit of development, like in the third or fourth episode or whatever, especially when, the team grew, but that's it. So, I don't know. I got mixed feelings on it all, but I'm going to watch it, and we'll see what happens.
By the way, Reaver, I seen your screwed Brett comment in the chat. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, let's keep the ball rolling here. We'll touch on Rick and Morty. I'll let you touch on Rick and Morty as we go off. We've all had a chance to watch the Spiral trailer. Some people see Spiral. I'm not sure I like the name of it. I've never really liked switching the name of it. But Spiral is basically the continuation of Saw, which I thought got way too many entries. The first one's amazing still. It's such a brilliant film. But Chris Rock's doing Spiral. Saw spinoff. What did we think of the trailer, guys? Kieran, over to you first.
I mean, it was interesting to see Chris Rock, and he had a different tone to his voice. It looked like he was really trying to get over not being the same Chris Rock. But then halfway through the trailer, he basically goes full on Chris Rock like halfway through the trailer, and I mean he's helping make the movie, so.
I'd do a Chris Rock impression, but Kieran would just make fun of me, so I'm gonna.
I will make fun of you because it'll probably be bad. I was thinking about maybe doing one too, but my voice is not good right now. So, I did think the trailer looked interesting. I think I rewound like 5 times to try to see what that pig-looking puppet at the end was. That had me kind of interested to see
it's
if
true. He did.
It's true.
It's Babe the pig. It's what he went to go on to do.
Well, I just think with that, the killer dressed up in the pig mask to kidnap people in the original one, or the original couple of them. I'm wondering if this is like a copycat's homage to that, which really seemed kind of cool. I like that idea. The Saw movies altogether, though, I tried to. Doing my horror watch-alongs right now, I've been watching a whole bunch of horror movies that I never watched as a kid because I was scared shitless by them when I was a kid. And I was like, you know what? Let's watch all the Saw movies with my cousin who lives with me. And we watched 3 of them. And I was just like, yeah, you know what? Let's watch something else. I'm like, the first one was good. The second one was pretty good. The third one was like, you know what? I don't want to watch. Like, they kind of make they come up with interesting death traps, which is cool, but like, that's all it is to me. So
the second one even had Chester Bennington in it, and I'm a huge Linkin Park fan, and I was just like, this is not even close to the first one. The first one I think is legendary. It's amazing, but after that,
the first one's great.
That
and
moment at the end where the guy just gets up, I just like. What?
Spoiler alert for the second Saw movie. I really like the twist where at the end he was like, you just had to fucking stay here and talk to me like I asked you to. And that was pretty cool. I like that whole twist. But yeah, like I'm not greatly interested in this series, but it was a good trailer. I like it. And it did kind of get me a little bit interested in watching it. So it did its job.
It feels like a more modernized Saw. It's hard to say that considering Saw's not even really that old, but it did felt like kind of like Halloween 18 feels like more modern tones, more up to what you see with movies today. I enjoyed the trailer, not blown away by it. You got to do way more than that to blow me away, but I think it has an opportunity to at the very least be decent. And maybe that's not saying much, but it's better than being an outright shit show. So
I went from like, I don't know if I'll watch it to I'll probably watch it. So that's, what did its job.
Frank says, I thought Chris was one step away from smoking crack naked in the trailer. Oh, my God.
I think you can get that on one of those.
Yeah, it's the new Red Band trailer. Johnny, what do you think of it?
I mean, I don't know.
We got to keep it short too, sort of.
Yeah, keep it short, Johnny. You're good at that. Can we just let Paper Johnny handle this one?
I watched Saw through like 6. I stopped.
Put it in front of his face as he's talking. It'd be hilarious. Okay.
I stopped enjoying them after like 4.
How dare you? That's a masterpiece. That's Johnny James.
That is clearly Kevin Smith. Not me.
Johnny Smith. Sorry.
Hey man, if anybody wants this picture, I'll mail it out to them. Actually, no, I can't. It's got stuff on it. I'll draw you a whole new Johnny picture.
This was Kieran's Johnny drawing.
Clearly, Kevin Smith wearing a Green Bay Packers.
Looks like Kevin Smith. We're gonna start the auction at this with this wonderful poster at $2,400. Anyway,
but
Johnny,
no, I mean, I watched through 6. I stopped enjoying them after 4. I haven't even watched Jigsaw, so
you're not missing much.
I don't know what to think of this. Like, is it intriguing? Sure, because the cast is intriguing. Chris Rock and Sam Jackson. That's it's nothing to bat a stick at. But let's be honest. Chris Rock at this point isn't exactly what he was 20 years ago when really, Sam Jackson will be in almost anything if you pay him enough money. So
True.
I don't really know whether it's going to be good or not. Like, yes, it harkens back to some of the older Saw movies, and it looks good. And, they tried to revitalize it when Carrie, I can never say his last name, was it Els? The one from The Princess Bride?
Oh, it's actually Yules.
Yules? Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. I love that actor, though.
I love him, too, but I've never been able to say his last name properly. So, I mean, when they brought him back and, made him the leader, and they tried to make it interesting again, but they just couldn't do it by that point. But it's intriguing. I'll watch it. They're not in theater because I'm not paying money. I'll wait for it to be on Netflix or, I guess the Canadian equivalent of HBO, so Crave or wherever it's going to...
It's like Crave plus movies plus HBO that we get.
Well, I mean, that's what TMN used to be. So we get the movies on that one before they go to wherever their final streaming home is going to be. So, I'll watch it there when it gets up there. But, I'm not running out to see it. The trailer was intriguing, but not enough to get me back. I've been burned by this franchise.
But you didn't think it was a shit show?
Oh, no. God, no.
All right. Tommy, did this do... I mean, I know you're not going to go see this in theaters, but did it do enough to make you be like, I'll check it out one day?
I'm not going to lie. I didn't watch the trailer.
Oh, my God.
Wait. Wait. Until you said we all watched the trailer, and then I watched the trailer. So this is my instant reaction. It was okay. That was pretty good. Y'all freaked the fuck out. Oh God.
Man asks for show notes early, gets show notes early, doesn't follow show notes.
Fuck, that was pretty good.
Oh
no,
man.
I'm sorry. It's been a crazy day.
You know what? You're next, man. He's gonna draw one of these of you. Do you want this to happen to you? Anyways.
You gotta draw me cute.
So you didn't think it was a shit show?
No. I haven't seen all the Saw movies. I've probably seen 1 through 3. And what I saw, I generally enjoyed. I might have felt bored at some parts, but they're a celebrated franchise. So I hope this film does for the fans what they want it to do for them. I really do.
Reaver's like, wrap up Johnny's talking here. Wrap Johnny's talking up here or put him through the table.
I forgot about that.
Oh, man.
We went through that last week. You can't afford
He's going to end up pulling out one of those fucking WWE tables at the campfire watch along.
Campfire watch along. We could totally do that.
Man.
We're 3Ding Johnny through the table.
Marcus Hicks sends in a $20 super chat, says, have you guys seen the post on Twitter that has some GIFs for the set crew of Spider-Man No Way Home? It most likely leaves clues that Toby and Andrew are in the movie. Marcus, thanks for the support, man. It means a lot. You've been a Patreon supporter basically since day one. It is appreciated. Don't forget, you can check us out on Patreon, everybody. This is what I know. I am 99.9% sure that Andrew Garfield is in the movie. I am less positive about Tobey Maguire. Hopefully, though. If you get one, hopefully you got both. Andrew Garfield was my favorite Peter Parker and Spider-Man, but sadly he did not have the best of movies, especially the second one. But no, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I think I speak for all of us when I say it'd be cool to see them in it, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. You can't always get what you want. At least I think it'd be cool if we've seen them. Kieran, as we get ready to get off of here, man, in a minute or less, chime up what you think people can expect from Rick and Morty Season 5.
Season 5. So the trailer dropped. We got probably some things on, probably about 5 episodes. We're going to expect Mr. Nimbus to be a crazy, fucking annoying character, but will probably be pretty funny. I think we're going to get internet dimensional cable within the first 5 episodes, probably, because I saw some weird things that I don't think could be in a regular episode. I'm also super interested in the Voltron episode because it seems like there's lots of parts from it, so it's going to be a whole Voltron episode. So why the fuck? I have no idea why they're going to need to become Voltron, but it's a great trailer. Go check it out. It's on the Adult Swim YouTube page. It's on the Rick and Morty Fan Show Facebook page, and they put it to they put it to a White Stripes song, which was pretty fucking awesome.
I dig the Stripes.
Yeah, it was good.
Jack
so that
White's
trailer's
a badass.
awesome, and it's new Rick and Morty is gonna come out on June 20th. They announced.
Awesome stuff. I believe you've been predicting that lately too. So once again, another point for a Fandom Empire guy. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I didn't know it was ever going to come out.
I just saw things coming. Like you could see the merchandise was slowly filtering through, and you're like, why would they do that? So that people can start thinking about Rick and Morty again before they throw out the trailer.
Johnny, where can everybody find you at other than through a table?
There will be no table bumps in my future at all.
I say we set up a ladder and have you like sit on the ladder and we push the ladder over and you fall through 2 tables. How many super chats is that?
Do it for the channel.
That's going to be like at least 5 figures.
5? Oh, dude, you're not that good.
You're
telling me someone drops...
I will buy you 5 action figures.
Oh, that's good. I think if someone dropped 5 Gs in front of you and there was mats underneath the table, you'd do it.
We're just gonna put this guy to the table. We'll get Mike Bell and we'll just tape this to his face.
It's Johnny. Totally.
Mike Bell would do it for $5.
He'll do it. I know he'll do it.
Yeah, Mike Bell would do it for $5.
I saw that guy fall down the stairs a couple extra times because Sean said, I don't like that take.
Yeah, he'd do it for $5. Let's be real.
Yeah, poor Mikey went through some bruising on filming of The Vanished. But yeah, Johnny, where can everybody find you at, man?
Oh, you can find me here, there, everywhere. Bros Before Pros Gaming, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, the whole shebang.
Kieran, where can everybody find you at?
You can find me at Kieran_FE on Instagram. I don't do a ton of Instagram, but I do a little bit. I talk to some of our fans on Instagram now, actually. I haven't mentioned that to you, but and you can find me on Facebook. You can find me just by my name or on the Rick and Morty Fan Show. Or on the Fandom Empire Den. Oh my god. And you can...
You gonna make it?
Yeah, I'm gonna make
it.
I don't know. It's a rough day. I got my pedometer. It tells me I got 23,000 steps in today. So.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I lost 8 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that.
You're gonna probably gain it all back tomorrow.
Possibly.
It's generally how it works when you lose weight that quick. So, I'm an expert on that. I could drop 20 pounds this week. Guess what? It's coming back next week, sadly.
That does happen. It's mostly water.
Don't forget, he's got the what do you call it? The Friday swag show, Swag Fridays, Swag Fridays
Rick
on
and Morty
Facebook.
Swag Fridays on Facebook Live on the Rick and Morty Fan Show. I'm going to show everybody the portal gun lamp that I kind of previewed earlier.
Tommy B, where can everybody find you at, man? Apple.
I mean, I do use a MacBook Pro and I have an iPhone. But no, you can catch me hanging out at the Fandom Empire Den. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at TommyB1650.
Good stuff. Dean Renner sends in a $5 super chat. Says, "Great show as always." Thanks, Dean. Greatly appreciated, man. Try to follow along here. I'm going to go quick. Check us out on Patreon, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. Join today because that is the way. If you're looking for Halloween exclusive shows, that's the Lampkin Lane tier. If you're looking for Fandom Empire Underground or Camp Haddonfield Podcast, you get that at any tier. That's patreon.com/FandomEmpire. Check us out on Facebook, Fandom Empire, Halloween Newsnet, Supernatural Revisited, the Fandom Empire Den group, and all that much more. Twitter and Instagram's at FandomEmpireNow. And you can check us out at all those places. you might just maybe get a sneak peek at Haddonfield Advantage next month. We'll see. We'll see how generous I'm feeling. I did. That was the Spider-Man one. So be on the lookout for that. And so Thursday, as in this Thursday, we have Drum Dums, a.k.a. Lee McCoy on. We're going to talk Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, horror, just what all horror movies look like going forward, what's to be excited about, and what we'd like to see from movies that haven't been announced yet, and what he's been doing and how he got his start and all that good stuff. So you can check that out this Thursday. Tuesday, we don't have show plans yet. It might be cool to do another countdown episode of some sort. Johnny hated the Mighty Ducks, by the way. The show, Mighty Ducks Game Changers. I thought it was okay.
I did not say I hated it.
Johnny also hates Pikachu over there in the corner. He hit him with a guitar. True story.
That is factually inaccurate.
Anyways.
Don't be hating on no Pikachu.
And then next Thursday, tentatively right now, it sounds like we have Dave McRae and Bruce Dale lined up from It's Me, Billy. Hopefully that goes through Thursday night, next Thursday. And then the following Thursday, it's Jimmy Champagne. And we also have to find time to get, James Grimm on, who is doing My Special Boy. Looks like a fantastic Friday the 13th fan film. So, yeah, there you go. That's the show. That's it. No Kills trailer Friday. No Kills trailer for you.
But there might be a gangbang in Kenobi.
Good night, everybody.